Batman Superman World's Finest issue 26, Mark Waid writing with Dan Mora on the art. So yeah,
Mhm.
we've had this book for over 2 years now. Fancy
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
I know it doesn't feel like it, but
Uh-uh.
here we are. Um, so yeah, we're doing the whole storyline with the imps, and I have to admit I wasn't anticipating the storyline all that much, but this was mostly a fun issue. I don't have
Mhm.
many complaints. I think it starts off with just a fun thing where it's like Batman, Superman, and Robin walking like they're action heroes from an explosion, and then immediately they're like, "Hey, what are we doing? This is hurting my eyes." And the
Yeah.
imps are like, "Oh, sorry, we wanted to look cool, so we put an explosion behind us." And then they explain what's going on, that
Mhm.
their Green Lantern imp got killed, and that no one believed them that this villain was coming until it was too late, and now we have to deal with it. But the main bulk of this, although actually I don't want to gloss over this, there's a moment here where Batman gets in Mixie's face and
Yep.
says, "Okay, you're coming with me," because they're going to split up because they've got reports of different villains popping up with their imp counterparts,
Yeah.
two at the time, so they're going to split up and they're swapping imps. So Batman's taking Mixie and Superman's taking Batmite, and
Mhm.
Batman gets in Mixie's face and says, "No joking, no pranking, acting only in my orders." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not scared of you. What makes you think I won't just turn your car into a banana?" And then there's just this great big panel of a close up of Batman's eyes just scouring at him. And the very next panel is a POV shot of Mixie just holding up his hands, going, "All right, message received. Don't kill me." I thought that was funny.
It's very funny because it's just the brows, right? Just Bruce squinting, as hard as he can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
yeah,
that, and he puts the fear in the fifth dimensional imp.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the only reason why I wasn't excited is because I didn't like the annual story. I thought the annual
yeah,
story was annoying because it was nothing but imps. But seeing Sinestro with Sinimp, I don't know, what do you,
Sinempstro,
was it
Sinmite.
Sinmate? That's what they called him. There you
Yeah,
go, Sinmate. And then later on we had
was Parasite, right?
yeah, it was Parismate.
Right, hold on. It was Abracadabra, right? That was the one that Superman goes after.
Well, yeah, no, obviously I wasn't trying to remember who. I
Oh,
was just remembered what the imp was called.
oh, gotcha.
That was Paramite. Well,
Yes.
I thought it was going to call him Paramite, but then it was Parismite, and I thought, but that
Uh,
sounds like the city, Parismite.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah, but no, I thought like the little like version of Sinestro with his
Mm-hmm.
sticky outy mustache and really like accented features was I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, and this is where I love Dan Mora, right? Because he draws these cartoony versions right next to the actual versions, and they both feel right, you
They
know.
do, yeah.
So
And notably, this is Sinestro. He's got a yellow ring, but there's no core yet, so he's in his
yep,
classic sort of like
it,
dark blue, pointy
uh-huh,
sort of outfit with the black.
yep, the Jester-esque, you
Yeah.
know.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. No, I thought that was entertaining. And then Mixie's like, oh, like these guys have got these ultra powerful rings. Who wants superpowers? Because he's with Batman and Robin, and
yep.
Batman's like, don't be ridiculous. And then Robin just jumps out and goes, me, I'll have superpowers.
Do your thing. Yeah,
Next page, he's got this like altered costume with a big R going right across his chest, like a Superman logo.
yeah.
And he's like flying. He's got he seems to have all the Superman powers more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in Central City, Abracadabra's there, and the Might has given him like actual magic, right? It's not just the
Mm-hmm.
technology from the future anymore.
Right.
So he's beaten Superman quite readily, and eventually Superman's like, "Hey, sometimes I wear a suit that deals with kryptonite. It'll block kryptonite. Can you make me a suit that'll deal with magic?" And he's like, "Of
Mm-hmm.
course I can." And then immediately gives him this bat armor. He's got a Superman logo, but otherwise it's
Yeah,
bat armor. He's like, "Of course you had that. Well, how long have you had this in the chamber?" He's like,
yeah,
"Don't scratch it. It's for his birthday now."
yeah. Well, I also love that too. Waid is the difference between Batmite and Mixapitalik, right? Whereas Batmite is this, he wants nothing but acceptance from Batman, and he's the ultimate fan. Yet Mixie is just this mischievous, kind of spirit of chaos. And so to see them partner off with the other ones, that really shows up, right? Because here with Batmite, he's looking all sad because he's like, we got to get out of here. And he's like, you can't stop me. He goes, not by myself. And just the art here on Batmite, to then when Superman's like, well, could you make me an armor? To the, he pops right back up and is now, the Batmite that we're used to, So I do love that Waid's playing off of that. That of course Superman's going to, be nice to Batmite in a way that, Bruce would be annoyed by.
Yeah, he's playing off like this idea of the fanboy, and Superman even tries to explain to him that, hey, I get that you're a fan, but like this isn't fun for Batman. He's like got a deep, like he has to do this. Like even compared to me, he's got this mission. Whereas when I save people and try and do good things, it brings me joy. It doesn't bring Batman joy. Like he feels like he needs to do. It's a calling for him. And so, keep that in mind. And then he immediately just says something that just deflates the entire thing, where he's like, oh yeah, but he's, it looks pretty fun. Like, it's pretty fun though, right? So I enjoyed that. They set up this idea as well that there's, they teased this in the annual as well. There's some villain that's creating all these extra imps and like controlling them. And Sinestro Imp mentions that, or Sinmite, whatever we call them. Yeah, Sinmite's like, hey, Earth's heroes are being tested, and Batman's like, for what? And we just get this page of like whoever the hooded villain is. I gotta say, again, the art here, Joker Mite being like these big sort of buck teeth kind of character is really funny, and then the fact that Lex Mite just looks like Elmer Fudd is really funny to me. It's really good. It feels like more the other thing, Waid and Moore are just having fun in the playground and just like whatever's in the toy box that we can make references to and sort of have characters bounce off each other. It's good. It's a good time.
And I love that both villains in this issue, right? Kadabra and Sinestro both have mustaches. Therefore, their mites can have overly, accentuated mustaches. Because it really sticks out there on the bottom of that page.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see who the villain is actually later on, and it's a sort of Joker-esque looking dude, but he's like almost Temerian, but at least that's what the coloring made it look like.
Yeah, he's got like orange. Yeah, this guy. There's something about him that's familiar, but I just don't know if that's the art with the eyes and whatnot. So I definitely did not get caught up on trying to figure out who this was.
It cuts to the fifth dimension, and he's making a Catwoman imp, basically, as if he's making more of them, and he's got like sort of like almost like a hypno eye, as I'm trying to describe it, but he's also got like purple, not dreadlocks, that's not what they are, but they're like, he's got like
his hair comes up almost in like a mohawk kind of.
Yeah. It's like those sort of thick strands kind of thing. And I was like, okay, I have no idea who this guy's supposed to be. I don't recognize him from anything. So I don't know if this is just like some sort of sixth dimensional Joker or something.
Something along those lines,
Yeah, I don't know. We eventually see that they end up all having to come together because another villain shows up with his mate, and that's a Parasite. So we get Parasmite. Maybe that's what they're going for. They're going for Parasmite because they're smiting people. I don't know. Anyway, he's just them up. And the cliffhanger at the end of the issue is that he's able to suck the third dimension out of them. Like, that's what he can now absorb. So the final page, Superman, Batman, and Robin are all like classic, Silver Age looking characters on the wall, like they're graffiti. And that's it. And then Batmite's final moment is like, oh no, Superman was right. This isn't fun.
Well, also that in conjunction with Parasite at the top, going, this is picture perfect. It's just like, oh wait, you knew. He fist pumped when he wrote that. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like the over the top expressions of the cartoon characters of the imps, like that Batmite at the bottom of that last page with the look of like shock and sadness. It's just really good. The art throughout is fantastic, and it really adds a lot to the book and makes a lot of it fun, but it really does feel like they're just having a blast, like dealing with these like jokey versions of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it more than the Kingdom Come arc right now. Like, I'm having more fun with this.
Okay.
Because the Kingdom Come arc eventually just devolved into a lot of fighting. Whereas this, I feel like, at least so far, I've not had a lot of it yet, but so far it feels like almost every page is making me smile or making me laugh, and it feels like it's playing with its rules, and how the imp versions of each character are enhancing the powers of their villain. So it's like, oh, now Sinestro's ring's twice as strong because he's been supercharged by Sinestromite. Parasite's able to absorb more stuff because his imp has done that to him. You know, these ways that the villains are getting souped up is kind of interesting, and I'm curious to see how they do more of that with more villains, maybe in future issues. I don't know what effect Joker might has on Joker, but I'm curious to see them try.
I would love for it to counter each other out. Or
it just makes him sane. It just
they're just like, wait, what are you? Or he's like, oh, you're finally here. You know, one of those type of things.
I love Joker just shoots him in the head.
Or that.
This doesn't give a shit. He's like, go away.
Maybe not shoot him in the head, but definitely hits him with a fly swatter or something.
Despite what Jeff Johns says, there's only one of me.
Yes. That actually would be perfect. Or, oh no, not another one.
There's no room for a fourth Joker. Get lost.
That'd be funny.
Oh dear. Yeah. It was just an entertaining time. Like, I thought it was a very easy read. I was smelling a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know, so the only moment where I kind of went, oh, I don't know about that, was when we saw the villain, and he's like this orange Joker with like purple mohawk. I was like,
and like a scar on his head. Like, there's some weird stuff going on. So
yeah, we'll see. All right, what are you giving Batman Superman?
I'll give this an 8.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I had a good time.